We don't normally do a video on a Tuesday in Lluchmajor because it's not market day, but we're here to pick up our grandchildren and we've arrived early, so let's have a little walk around. So normally when we come down here, just rushing off somewhere. Normally when we come around, this is where the market is, but there's no market here today, so the area's completely clear. One thing Anita has not spotted is that the temperature on the pharmacy, the chemist shop there, says 25 degrees. The temperature's suddenly shot up. That temperature's not right. It may be 17 or 18 degrees, but because it's in the direct sun, it's giving a false impression of the real temperature. But by the weekend, it's due to go up. So people are continuing to ask me what's the temperature like, what's it going to be like in April. Well, weather's weather, you know. It doesn't obey rules like we would expect it to, and all I can say is that it should get progressively better now as we lead in through towards the summer, and so 17-18 degrees is probably okay for the beginning of March, but as we get into April, Easter time, it can be unpredictable. We can get rain, but the temperatures should be gradually creeping up into the low 20s, so that's what I would expect, the low 20s. But even though there's no market, there's plenty of people out having a coffee or a beer, so we might join them. I've lost Anita. Where did she go? She nipped into a shop, I think, somewhere. It is a really nice town, Lluchmajor, and it's one we do enjoy coming to. It's a little bit off the tourist track. Success? Real success.
That was you sitting there. That was you sitting there.
You thought that was me sitting over there?
Finished your beer already?
I'm just going past a Mercadona. Mercadona is the big supermarkets that we have here, and I suppose it's a little bit like a Tesco.
2 floors, actually.
In Mallorca, the main supermarkets, the big ones are Carrefour, which is French, Alcampo. That might also be French, though we have seen it in Italy. And then the Mercadona and Eroski. And then a load of smaller ones. We also have quite a lot of Aldi and Lidls, and they've certainly gathered a pace on the island. There's a lot of them now, and we see more of them pop up. German, of course, taking our lives into our hands here, walking in the road. We were here just a few weeks ago for their carnival celebrations, and everybody looked as though they were having a really great time, and Adam, our son, was involved in making one of the floats, which was all about renewable energy, which is his thing, of course, something he's very interested in and passionate about. So he made his float all about solar panels, wind turbines, and renewable and sustainable. And the great news was his float won. So he won a prize. At least the parents' committee for the school that the girls belong to won a prize. So everybody was really happy about that. Chinese shop. These places seem to sell anything and everything. They are Aladdin's caves. Whatever the Chinese equivalent of an Aladdin's cave is. We're working down the street there. There's another pharmacy. Can't see a temperature on that one.
Did you see the temperature on the other one?
25. I didn't video it, but it was 25 degrees, which is really quite warm. I do like to look at some of the old buildings here. There's an old one.
They need some new shutters.
Made with this sandstone, just sandstone blocks, just sawn out of the quarry. They use just what looks like an ordinary saw to cut it. Yeah, there's a bar on the corner here. It's made out of stone blocks, sandstone blocks, and then cemented together.
It's my favourite shop.
This is one of Anita's favourite shops. This is one. It's called Just Su Aquí, and really it's artisan things from Mallorca. So there's some Mallorcan yerbas and some pottery. It's got some salt down there, I think, and spices. But Anita's actually bought a number of different things from there, including wine and jewellery.
Definitely.
We're heading up towards the main square, and again on market day this is full of stalls on both sides. So it does look quite different on a day like today.
Oh, I've got my winning lottery ticket.
And we can have a little wander around. So here's a kiosk, a little green kiosk. It's got nothing to do with Doctor Who, though it might look like his TARDIS. This is where you buy an Onthe ticket, which is a lottery for the blind. Onthe is the blind association. Anita buys them regularly. It's for a charity, so all going to a good cause, and Anita regularly buys and occasionally wins a huge prize of €2, or recently she won a massive sum of €6. How much did you win today, dear? €2, so just enough to buy a new ticket.
Free one. It's nice actually when it's quiet, isn't it?
It's quite different when it's quiet as well. And a lot of the bars and restaurants are not even open yet because it's not lunchtime. It's just coming up towards lunchtime now. It's around about 1 o'clock.
We've got lunch at home today.
Yes, we were out for lunch yesterday, so we have a day in today, and we've got the girls with us as well. So we'll take them back to our house. It's feeling warm. Definitely getting the temperatures improving now. Calle de San Lorenzo. Look how long and straight and relatively narrow that these streets are. And just looking up at the roofs, they're all different heights, so they're all built as individual houses. Some are 2 floors, some are 3 floors, and then you'll come to some really quite nice buildings which are government buildings. Another shop, Anita's actually bought stuff.
The wool from the market.
Yeah, so they had a fair on, and Anita bought all the wool that they had, I think. So here's a village house. Sevende for sale on 3 floors.
How much would that sell for?
Don't know, I'll have to have a look in the windows of the... Well, actually, that's a private sale. House prices here in Mallorca have started to shoot up again in the last, well, really, during COVID and post-COVID. Much to the concern of the local government, who are worried about local people not being able to buy property. Very much the same in the UK, I think. Really hard for anybody to get on the housing ladder nowadays. So here they have schemes where they do assist young people. I can see another thermometer now, it says 18 degrees, which is also in the sun, but looks and sounds a lot more realistic. And yeah, they're working hard here. Got the machines going. Approaching the main square where all the activity happens. So probably see it a little bit more busy in that area. We've got the fruit and vegetable shop there. Halal.
What does that mean?
Halal, I think, means it's been prepared with Muslims in mind. So it's how they want to do that. I don't know how that works with vegetables. This time of year, because the temperature is a little bit lower, it's very popular with cyclists, and we've seen them a lot around the island, lots and lots of cyclists here. And the reason I mention it is because I can just see a lot of bicycles in front of me. See the people who are on the bicycles are used to the sun, and people like us are supposed to be used to the sun, but we'll tend to look for somewhere in the shade so that we don't get too much sun. So, lovely architecture on this side. I'll have to get back a little bit so you can see it. Well, we've made our way to the square and we found a place to have a coffee. We're actually at the Italian pizzeria here, the Bella Italia pizzeria, and we're having our coffee in the square. So, cheers everyone, and we'll catch up in a moment.
Cheers.
That's €20 there, just to keep you posted on what we pay for coffees over here. It does vary tremendously.
Depends on where you are, doesn't it?
Yeah. So the building in front, I just wanted to show you some of the architecture here. This is the where the clock is on the top, is the Ayuntamiento, it's the town hall. You can see all the buildings around, they're all different, everyone's different architecture. And then just to look back where we've come from the buildings on that side, Bar Proens and then the Cafe Colon. And then we were down there in the grand building in the middle there, which is the Bella Italia, which is where we had our coffee. Really fine architecture, I think. I really enjoy the architecture here. We're now just going to move on.
No children in the park yet.
Yeah, we normally bring the children here and we go into the park and they play on the swings or what have you. But not today, we're still at school. So what time we got? We're going to have a slow walk back down. And we'll be collecting our grandchildren soon. There's a bit of a breeze here, so I hope it's not having too much of an effect on the sound. You can see the little flag outside where the cyclists are blowing in the wind.
Bar's closed now.
So we're actually getting to siesta time, I suppose, is what you might call it. It's for lunchtime, and you'll find that a lot of the shops will close now, 2 or 3 hours in the afternoon, and then open up later on. Very normal. Estate agents here, just to give you an idea of the prices. Rustic house, 1,300. These are for rent. 1,300 euros for a month. Yeah, for a month. House for sale. 2 floors, 2 bedrooms, 380,000 euros. It just shows you how prices have shot up here. Looks like we've got a film crew out.
Nice strawberries there. Lovely, isn't it?
Palma Andalusia. Come all the way from down in the south of Spain. Step back a little bit. This is where the workmen were. As we were walking up, it was very noisy. But here's another fine building in front of us. Of course, it's another government building. This is the Ministry of Works and Immigration, Social Security. Some menus. And a place set for the little ones. This is Carrer del Pescadores. This is the Fisherman's Street. Makes you wonder how they got that name. We're quite a long way inland. If anything, the long way inland here in Mallorca, but yeah, Mallorca is certainly not coastal. Very quiet. When we normally come down here when the market's on, it's really quite bustling there. Market day is on a Friday. I guess the next few weeks we'll be coming up on a Friday just to enjoy the market here. I quite like this. There was at one time hostel in Spania. Now here's pizzeria. There's a fountain, but it's not switched on today. I guess they might put that on a market day. It's got plenty of water in it. I'm just going to walk around. A little bit of time with me. 20 minutes, 15 minutes before the children come out of school. But I just wanted to see this monument, which is to the workers here in Lluchmajor. Fortunately, it's made out of this sandstone, I think. Yeah, it means it's quite soft. So it doesn't stand weathering. So these are the shoemakers, I think. Yeah, the cobblers making the shoes. Hidden down there, saying that it is a monument to the businesses that make these products. Shoemaker up there. And carry on down this way. It's the tobacco, which is closed. It's quite interesting. That door is actually curved to fit the curvature of the entrance. And now we are getting a bit of a breeze up here. We are walking straight into it, so apologies again.
We need to get a bottle of wine.
You need to get a bottle of wine?
Do I? I'm sending you.
No, I don't think you do need to get a bottle of wine. We've got lots of bottles of wine. And of course we're going away at the day or two. So.
Answer my question.
Everything in there's got 50% off. I'll carry on walking down here. You can catch me up. It's Wantong. that side, and then just the ironmonger type stuff on this one. So while Lluchmajor's got lots of the original old buildings, there are of course new buildings being built. There's an apartment block with some bars below it, which is much more modern than things we've been looking at. There's even actually remains here of a windmill. More places for sale here, we can have a look. Casa del Campo, that's a village house, 385,000. Here's one down below, another village house for 560,000 euros. This is a terraced house. This is the sort of thing we've been looking at, I think, in the villages. 145 square meters of terrace, 297 square meters of house. That's really quite big, and it tells me it's got 6 bedrooms. 2 bathrooms, but it is very much a terraced house, it's very much enclosed, and that's 548,000. And one down there for 1,295,000. That's got 8 bedrooms, 635 square meters. That's a very big house.
Y aquí empiezo yo y silencio.
And squeeze past these cars. At the monument there. Oh, here comes another historical beauty.
Did buy something.
Oh, a little bowl, a little brown bowl.
95 cents.
How much?
95 cents.
95 cents.
Go put in your bag. So that you can make little things.
So Anita, well, we have a friend who's how old?
Pardon?
How old is our friend?
Barbara.
Barbara,
92.
92, and so Anita sometimes makes a special portion for her. Takes so when we're having our dinner, maybe she'll make a little shepherd's pie or something in one of these.
No, lemon meringue pie.
Oh, lemon! I'm sure she'll like the lemon meringue pie.
I've already done that.
Well, the weather's kind to us. As we were coming, it was beautiful where we live in Genova, and as we drove past Palma towards the airport, there seemed to be a fog bank. I don't know if it's had any effect on the aeroplanes, but it was only just really for a fairly short distance, so all centered around the airport. And as we got closer to Lluchmajor, the skies cleared. It's a bit too windy to get fog at the moment, and the sun's shining, so hopefully. We've got good weather ahead of us. The forecast is really good. That pharmacy is still sort of 25 degrees, I don't know. I think they're kidding us really, darling. I need to tie my lace. I'm just going to sit on that bench and tie my lace. We've got about 5 or 10 minutes to go and collect the girls now, so we're going to have to sign off from here, from Lluchmajor. Thanks very much for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you in our next video. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.